Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, original, chapter number 3, text number 39, Karma Yoga. Here Krishna says, Avridam Jnanam Etena Jnaninam Nitya Vairina Kama Rubena Kaundaya Dushpurena Analena Cha. Krishna is saying here, O Kaundaya, O son of Kundi, Avridam Jnanam Etena. Avridam means completely covered. Avridam. Jnanam Etena, our original knowledge. What is our original knowledge? That we are a spirit soul, not this body. It's very simple. Originally, we are pure as God is pure because we are part and parcel of God. But because we came to this material world, that particular knowledge that we are eternally subservient of the Supreme Lord's intimate servants. Avridam, that knowledge is covered. Jnanam, knowledge. Etena, Jnanina Nitya Vairina. This lust which is covered is the eternal foe, Nitya Vairina, eternal foe of the original consciousness of the living entity, or the original identification of the living entity. We are covered. So when we come to this material world, we have to come through a channel. Father and mother have sex. From the father's genital, the living entity is actually impregnated in the womb of the mother. And mother's discharge actually supports the living entities, the upcoming body. It actually supports to create a body initially. Thereafter, her food and drinks actually nurture this particular soul. So our original position is something different, but because we are antagonistic, inimical to the authority of the Supreme Lord does not destroy your individuality. Rather, He would make you realize the miseries of life without His personal association. So the living entity suffers. First is entering into the disgusting element. We are all like that. But since we come to know the truth, we should drastically make some decisions, not fall into any kinds of social and ethnic situation, because the origin itself is very disgusting things. And we went through and obtained this body. Now, still by food and drinks, you grow, you develop, you progress in your human mission by the help of this body. But this body is made of ignorant materials that are semen and ovum. Females discharge and males discharge. For example, when we are alive in developed consciousness, if we are thrown into a pool of semen and ovum and ask you to swim in it, how disgusting it is. And a person who is mental, crazy, he may survive and enjoy. A sane person whose intelligence is developed, consciousness is developed, he may not like that situation. The same thing happened to us because of our ignorance of the absolute truth. the truth of our life, we somehow or other crossed that pool of semen and came to this life. When Krishna is saying Jnanina Nitya Vairina, because of these material desires in the form of lust, is keep giving you the hope, we forget our original position. Therefore, this lust is called by the Lord as enemy of you. Who is your enemy? Who does not like you to improve. By doing black magic, try to destroy you. If they can shoot you, stab you, or somehow or other assassinate you, or incarcerate you, the enemy will be very pleased. So the lust is like that. The lust wants you to subservient of itself. Kamadinam kadina kadida palida durnideshash. One of the acharyas prays that, "O my Lord, Yadupade, I have served this lust life after life without your knowledge." That without understanding your transcendental position and without understanding my transcendental position as your servant, I have served my all kinds of lusty desires. Kamadinam kadina kadida palida durnideshash. Tesham jadamayi na karuna. But it did not show me any mercy. Na karuna. Kamadinam kadina kadida palida durnideshash. Tesham jadamayi na karuna na thabo bashandi. Utsrijadan adayadupade sambradam labda buddhis tanmayaya sharanamavayamam niyunktatsmadasye. Somehow or other, my intelligence has awakened now, O my Yadupadi, the master of the Yadu dynasty. Sambradam labda buddhi, I got my intelligence. Tanmayaya sharanamavayamam niyungshatmadasye. Please free me from that illusion that you have created to teach us a lesson and give me shelter unto your lotus feet. O Yadupadi, O Krishna, O Gopala, O Nandanandana, O Yashodanandana, O Devaki Nandana, O Vasudeva Nandana. Krishna likes you to call with all these names, not just to Krishna. Krishna prefers him to call you, O Yashodanandan, O Nandanandan, Radhika Priya, all these names. So the next line is Kamarubena Kaundaya. That enemy has taken the form of Kama, lust. The whole world is the product of sex. If sex is not there, nobody will go to the office. Nobody would indulge in business. Nobody will be worried about economic development. It is the only attraction is the sex. So how you come out of this kama rubena kaundaya dushpurena ananena cha, just like a clarified butter is poured on the fire, thinking the fire will extinguish. No, it only burns more and more and more. We think that by satisfying today's sex life, I will be free from this desire, and tomorrow I will be totally free. And it is not going to happen. You will have this same realization tomorrow. If I do today, I will be free tomorrow. In this way, this tomorrow will go on, and in the end, the shutter will be closed. The testicle will be fallen. Still, the desire for the lust will continue. Dushpurena alanena cha. Anala means fire. It will be exactly like pouring the ghee, not oil, clarified butter, which can easily increase its flame, exactly like in Mahabharata. The Pandavas were palace arrested. The house of wax and ghee, clarified butter, in the Varnavat, a spark of fire burned that palace down within no time. Similarly, the lust will burn us down completely. It always increasing. So there is no hope by satisfying this lust. You will be free from lusty desires. So what is the solution for the householders? The solution is, if you don't want to create progeny, do not sleep with your wife on the same bed. Sleep separately. Sex is allowed for the reproduction, because the reproductive organs are for that purpose. Whatever one might have done in the past, Krishna will excuse everyone, because it's all about ignorance. Out of ignorance, living entities go and commit various kinds of shabby actions. And when they come to the devotional service to the Supreme Lord, by thinking those past sinful activities, knowingly or unknowingly done, they feel so much embarrassment in front of the Lord. They even unable to look at the face of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, until or unless one becomes free from the lusty desires, one should not even look on his face. We should always start from the lotus feet of the Lord. The lotus face of the Lord is his personal pastimes that he has displayed in Vrijadham or Mathura Dham, even in Dwarika Dham. Those are compared to the lotus face of the Lord. So we should start from beginning, from the lotus feet, to understand Krishna philosophically, how great the absolute truth is, the personality of God, who created all these material elements, the jivas, the universe, the galaxies, the cosmology and astrology and Ayurvedic science and Ayurveda, the martial arts science. All these things we have to learn and understand the position of God. Then you will be totally detached from all this illusory understanding of the Absolute Lord. Then you start loving Krishna. With this lust, not only just a sex desire, those who are produced from sex desire, now you think they are your responsibility. Every jiva is individual and every jiva is independent. Every jiva came to our house, respective houses, just because of their karma. So, as a social duties, you may educate them. But if you are going behind them, it's my responsibility, my responsibility, my responsibility. Social responsibility. Yes, see them from the spiritual viewpoint. You can serve them better than you are doing now. When you have the real realization of who they are, then you can serve them better. Yomam pashyadi sarvatra sarvam chemai pashyadi. Krishna says, one who sees me everywhere and everything and everyone in me, tasyaham na pranashyami. they never lose me, nor I lose them. Sacha mena pranashadi, they will not lose me. This is Krishna's words. So the spirit souls are at your home in the form of children, parents, grandparents, husband, wife. Knowing them, they are part and parcel of Krishna, you can serve them better. But if you are trying to serve them as your social responsibility, eventually you end up in floating again in the same elements and swim and take another birth. So this is called Krishna consciousness. Rightly educate you with right knowledge. Don't go here and there to get emancipation. Nobody can offer that. Therefore Krishna says, Jara marana mokshaya mam asritya ubandide. If you want to be freed from old age, jara and marana and death, you shall take shelter of me alone. And if you are trying this aspect of life called freedom from old age and death, you will never obtain that anywhere in the universe. I am not giving you anything that is not mentioned in the Shastra. If there is no Shastra that worship or faith, dogmas, dogmatism is simply a trouble for your progressive life. Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatriga Vidimbina Aikantiki Harer Bhaktir Utpadadaiva Kalpade. It says, without the true knowledge coming from the Shruti and Smriti and Puranas and Pancharatrigas, Narada Pancharatra like scriptures, if you take bhakti, it is only going to create disturbance in the society. And you can see, disturbance in the society means covering the living entity is original consciousness. Covering the living entity and pulling them to the lowest species of life. That bhakti is kapata bhakti. Krishna is a kapata manushya, and human beings act like a kapata god. He obscured his real identity, that he is God. And we too obscure our real identity, that as the servant of God and acting like a God. This is called Kapata Bhagavan. Kapata Bhagavan and Kapata Manushya. Bhagavan being an original God, he is acting as a Kapata Manushya, fake human being. And we acting as a fake God. So let us control these lusty desires which are our Nitya Vairina, eternally the foe of the living entity. Kamarubena Kaundaya appeared in the form of lust. Lust for so many things. Lust for woman, lust for man, lust for mansion, lust for car, lust for meat, lust for wine, lust for tobacco, lust for everything. The whole world is the production of lust. Yes. This mechanical way of life is keep going. I have born, I went to school, I learned, I got a job, then I got married, I reproduced, and I am guiding them to do the same thing, go to school, get a job, again get married, and reproduce again. I become the nanny or nana, and you become the mother and father. And in that way, that fellow also would do the same thing. This mechanical process is going on and on and on and on and on. This is called conspiracy, so that Krishna can run this material universe. So, surrender to the Lord. Please don't make me part of that conspiracy, please. Right? When villain people, when they conspire, they use certain guys as the instrument to get their mission done. But if you are surrendered to Him, He will keep you in His palace. Okay, you do services here. Don't go to the field. No field actions. So if he surrendered to the absolute Lord and follow the divine instructions given by the Lord to keep you out of his conspiracy theory and practical, we will end up in the spiritual world and we will not be the part of his material world. The main problem is disease, death, old age, and again floating in the pool of semen and all. We have to tell the truth. You may be offended, but our Acharya said they may be offended, but we have to speak the truth for them to realize the brain is filled up with the clay. So we can't take it, the true knowledge. Still go on and on and on and on with this. If we are really Krishna conscious, Krishna will supply you. Because we are not Krishna conscious, we have to work hard, even to enjoy these material senses. What about if you work that much hard for Krishna? Krishna will provide you. Krishna is waiting for you to go and say, my dear Lord, please take me out of your conspiracy agenda, throwing me to the pool of material existence, which is full of filthy things. Please save me. So the lust is very, very powerful. So be very careful. One thing, don't watch any kind of things that increase your lusty desires. Whether it is movies, clubs, food, drinks, clothes, anything. Don't be attached to. You need to wear standard clothing. You need to have standard nutritious food. You need to be settled so that you can render devotional service to the Supreme Lord. That is accepted. Maintenance is accepted. That is not illegal, but it must be earned legally. If you are not entangled in the messages and the phone calls and the emails of the crow class, you are protected. There are so many things in your living room, in your TV. They show all kinds of things. Stay away from there. Spend your valuable time in chanting and hearing and reading the book of true Vaishnava Acharyas. That will promote our consciousness to be free from material lusty desires. Those who are in the bodily concept of life, they need opposite sex. Man requires woman, woman requires man. So they may produce children, not to waste their stamina, their energy And when they do not want children, don't dally with them, husband and wife. Stay comfortably and never be alone with a man or woman. Even she may be your sister or mother or a husband or brother or anybody. The mind will agitate you. Because of your relationship, you may not do anything, but internally we get contaminated. It is Shastric injunctions. Do not be in lonely place with even own brother, sister, mother, father. For a man, mother, sister, sister-in-law, anybody. For woman, father, brother, brother-in-law. Because the real knowledge is so much covered, it takes you to the bad thoughts. So that is the power of lust. That is what Krishna is saying, Nitya Vairina. It never satisfies you. Want more. Even 90 years old man, 90 years old woman. The desire is there in the heart. To clean up is the spiritual method. So, as I said, man is good, woman is good, but when they are together, not good. You can see and hear so many different kinds of incidents happening all over the planets. So let us find out where this lust is hiding in our personality, in our body, and catch him and drive him out of that place forever. Here Nitya Vairina, eternal foe, and make him eternal Mitra, Sakha, Suhrit. Then we will be peaceful and happy. Now let us find where is this guy hiding within our body, and let us eliminate him with the divine weapons of divine knowledge. Such an opportunity is there, but we are so unfortunate. We are digging the hole where we ourselves are going to fall in. So let us continue. Thank you very much, and Hare Krishna.